Happy New Year's, everyone, and welcome to the first webinar for Songtrust of the new year.
2019. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, so a few housekeeping things before we get started. I'm sure most of you have already found it, but on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll find a chat box that you can interact with. Utilize this to ask us any questions throughout the presentation, interact with the other people that are in the group as well. We have a team member who is standing by monitoring the chat box, so they're going to be sending us your questions, but we're going to try to answer them in the Q&A portion. Anything that's kind of more of a specific situation, we'll reach out to you individually after the webinar. Also, you will receive email afterwards with a link to be able to rewatch this anytime that you want, as well as download the slides and have access to more resources. So don't worry if for whatever reason you have to hop off or you want to rewatch this later and you're not sure if you're going to be able to. The answer is you will be able to. So look out for that email within an hour after we've finished here. All right. We are your hosts. My name is Chantel. I'm the Marketing Communications Manager here at Songtrust. This is actually my first webinar that I'm hosting. Usually I'm behind the scenes working the control center and interacting with you guys on the chat, so I'm very excited to be here. I basically handle here at Songtrust all of the communications that are forward facing into the community. So if you interact with us on social media, if you read our blog posts, you get our newsletter, all of those good things, that is me and my team on the marketing side. And we have our webinar veteran here, Adam.
Yes, thank you for having me, Chantel. My name is Adam Schwartz, and I am the Client Success Manager here at Songtrust. And so if you have an account with Songtrust, you might have spoken to myself or someone on my team. We basically are there to support everyone around the clock with any questions that you might have regarding publishing or your account. We're the ones answering through the live chat, or if you email Songtrust, it is likely my team that is responding back to you guys. And so we're really just focused on supporting everybody out there, no matter where you are, and helping you be successful with both your Songtrust account and your careers.
Awesome. So thanks everyone for joining us today. What we're really hoping that you're going to get out of this is, to learn more about what we've been working so hard on over the past year. Before 2018, we had a community, but it wasn't as involved. And something we worked really hard on over the last year was to create this sort of community with all these resources and networks that are available to all of our clients and those that are still, working on their careers and haven't yet signed up with us, to be able to interact with us and those in the community. So, our biggest goal here is that we want you to know what you have available at your fingertips pre-registration and post-registration. So, my biggest thing here is I want everyone to know who's listening in that you didn't sign up for something that's just for Songtrust clients. We're going to be talking about things that are available to both Songtrust clients and those that have yet to register with us, or who maybe are thinking about it, or even those that maybe you don't need publishing right now. You're just starting out. You're just starting to create your first few songs. There is so much available to you that we can provide to help you get set up. So, we want you to learn all of those things and walk away today knowing where you can access these things and what you have available to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. The industry can be pretty complex, especially a lot of the business aspects of the music industry. And so we're totally here to let you know that there's so many resources available to you as a songwriter. You are not alone. And so we're just here to help you kind of make it easier to navigate your own careers, the industry, and hopefully get some helpful resources out to you guys to help you learn and progress in your careers.
So, for those of you that aren't 100% familiar with Songtrust, we're the world's largest global publishing administrator, and we enable creators, representatives, businesses to collect their publishing royalties. We'll go into a more in depth pitch a little bit later in the session, but we wanted to kind of give you context. So, we help creators and rights holders collect the revenues on their songs, specifically on the composition side. But in saying that, when we had to sit down and come up with our kind of community mission here, we had to think about like what songwriters and creators needed to do beforehand and how we could support those things. So, I mean, our mission in its entirety is to provide support for creators and reps and businesses at every level of your career so that you can be more successful. But that really starts with you as the creator doing a little bit of work beforehand. So you created your songs and you need to have your songs distributed on streaming platforms. You should be out doing live performances. And if you're not a performing artist, getting your music in front of someone who will perform that. You know, this also includes doing a little bit of marketing on your front and building out your community, building out your fan base, and, you know, having all of these elements in line so that you can start earning money from your songs.
Absolutely. So Songtrust is really here to support you on many different fronts. And as the slide says, we're here to educate you on publishing, to keep you up to date with thought leadership through blog articles and news posts. This industry, especially in our digital age, is one that is constantly evolving. And we just had a lot of great legislation passed through the Music Modernization Act, and a lot of different services coming into the mix. So it's kind of on us to allow you to learn about these things and see how you can include that in your own career and in your own work. And we'll support you with your songwriting endeavors, as well as hopefully introduce you to a new network of people, songwriters to collaborate with, and people that will, hopefully be allies in your career as you continue to expand and work with new people. And that's our mission, is to give you the access to the royalties that you should be earning through your streaming and your songwriting on a global scale, and hopefully offer a lot more than just that as well.
Yeah, and this is basically how we bucket out our mission. So through our education efforts, our thought leadership, the support, and the network. And this is basically what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to kind of go in depth in all the different features that these, quote unquote buckets are that we have for you. But this is how we are trying to support you guys even after the fact. So starting with our education efforts, and this is something that's really important to our team, and we've been spending a lot of time building out, and honestly over the next few years you're going to just see a huge surge of this kind of effort just skyrocket. So our educational initiatives really aim to supply and empower creators, DIY businesses, and emerging representatives with the resources to set them up for success. We provide a variety of ways for you to interact with this content, and we actively update so that you're always getting the most accurate information available. So one of the ways you guys are all doing it right now is you're interacting with our interactive events, and that's what we kind of consider our webinars. If you've tuned into any of our AMAs, which we hope to do much more of this year, same with the webinars. These aim to provide you with in-depth detail on a variety of subjects in music business, publishing, and more. So, watch out. You're going to see these probably at least once a month, if not more. We're going to try to bring in other people from the industry to talk to you about really important issues. We also do this through our blog posts. So if you've interacted with us before, you've seen that we try to put out 2 to 3 unique articles each week that we hope will help educate you and guide you as you kind of navigate your way through the industry. We also now are offering weekly platform demos with our client acquisition team, where you can see what Songtrust is all about, what our capabilities are, and kind of get an interactive view of what our platform looks like and how you can utilize that for your career. We're also going to be doing a lot more videos throughout this next year, hopefully to help clarify those trickier parts of the business. Music publishing is not easy in any regard. When I first started here, I knew nothing about music publishing, and I've learned a lot over the past year, but I think the number one thing I've learned is that I will have to keep learning about it. It's not easy. You can't learn it in one night, but hopefully the videos and the resources that we provide will just kind of clarify it or give it to you in an easier view, so you can better understand that.
Absolutely. And there's a few diagrams I think coming up later that will hopefully help illustrate, what our position is in the industry and what royalties we are able to collect. A lot of times I know it's easier to look at a diagram than, just hear a bunch of words trying to explain it. Sometimes it's not enough. So,
Yeah, I mean, we all learn differently. So we're trying to take that into account. We might have more visual learners, we might have auditory learners, we might even have people that are better learners hands on. And while we can't necessarily bring everybody into the office and show them exactly, how this all works, hopefully you'll see more interactive content that you can, you know, use and touch and be able to, help you to understand publishing better. And that also brings me to like our last part of the education, which is our resources. So, we're going to be putting out a ton more guides. We have our ebook, we have informational pamphlets and PDFs, downloadable resources, and we have everything accessible to you at any time, day or night, in our resource center, which we'll share later. And that's really there for you to use if you don't understand something, or if you need help organizing yourself, if you want some insight into marketing, everything. Those resources are for you, and we will continue to provide them until we absolutely have nothing else to provide. And even then, I'm sure there will be something else.
yeah, that resources page is really awesome, and it will be shared at the end of this presentation. And I certainly share it in a lot of my day-to-day interactions with our clients as well. All right, so now we're going to move on to how Songtrust is able to help you with networking as a songwriter and collaborating with others. So we really believe that this music community that we've created is amazing. We have people all over the world that are really talented and creative songwriters that are looking to collaborate more with other people, and we are totally here to support that and support you. So our community efforts are really aimed at a bunch of different kind of core offerings here. We have our Songtrust Facebook group, which is available to our clients, and it's really a great place to connect with people that are Songtrust clients that live really anywhere in the world. It's a very interactive space. People are constantly, posting really great questions. People post their new releases. People, post when they need help, when they're looking for collaborators. It's really a great way to meet people that you really normally wouldn't cross paths with. And
And while this specific Facebook group is for clients only, we do have our Facebook page that you can interact with similarly. And I think our hope is in the future to kind of segment out and have more Facebook groups, maybe something that's like specific for producers, for composers, for singer songwriters. So just keep an eye out on our Facebook page, make sure that you're following us, and we'll start to create these communities where you'll be able to network a little bit more. So while this right now is client only, if you're a client, make sure you reach out to us and we'll make sure to add you. For those of you that are yet to register with Songtrust, don't worry. We'll be creating more groups for you as well.
absolutely, yeah. And something that I love about the Facebook group is also, we like to share a lot of industry news, as well as different, songwriting prompts or different thought-provoking ideas, exercises for you to use as a songwriter. I know we all have, our own processes and things that work for us. And, it's also our job to kind of introduce new ideas to you all, as well as introduce, new people in our network. So Facebook group is great. If you are a client of Songtrust and haven't joined yet, I certainly recommend it, and we will, send the link for you all to join once we're done with this webinar. And moving on, basically, we started to host these events in different cities that we know are really like creator hubs with a lot of musicians and songwriters. And so we will be, hopefully coming to a town near you. We have a lot of publishing experts at Songtrust that are going to start, traveling, whether it's attending different, music conferences, or just really going and setting up shop and hosting kind of an open mic, open Q&A type networking event in different cities. So look out for that.
Yeah, shout out to if you're anyone's going to be at Folk Alliance International in February up in Montreal. We will have team members there. So if you want to meet up with any of them and ask some questions about Songtrust or just, hang out with them, feel free to reach out and we can get you guys connected.
Yeah. I know we'll be in Atlanta soon, but I think that filled up. So we'll probably make a return trip there as well. So just be on the lookout for that. And lastly, if you follow us on social media, we are constantly posting things to, put new content in front of you, whether it's our blog posts, just sharing different things. And we definitely want to be, more socially active with social media this year. Just trying to find out what you guys are doing out there, when you're releasing new projects, things that you found interesting that you want to share with us, and it'll definitely be, beneficial for us to be able to follow your careers as well.
Yeah, definitely. That also kind of brings us to the next bucket, which is our news and what we call our thought leadership portion. And this is really like we pride ourselves on the expertise that our entire team brings to both our clients and the music community. So not only is our team constantly learning about the industry, different aspects of it, and more about publishing, but we also want to try and share that expertise with the community, whether that be through going to events like sitting on or sitting on panels and providing workshops in different communities. It's also through providing insight on relevant news in the industry. So example like on the MMA. And we do this really through, like I just said, the two different ways. So we have a Songtrust weekly newsletter, which just got an update. It's visually much prettier than we had last year. And we kind of we're going to introduce a lot more interactive content to get you guys a little bit more engaged with that. This goes out weekly on Thursdays, and it's a digest of everything that we've put out, as well as what we're doing here at the company to support you, and any other things that we think are fruitful for your career. We also we're going to be hosting a ton more workshops and sitting on panels this year. I think our main goal is just to have increased visibility across the music industry. So don't be surprised if you see Songtrust at almost every event, or you're getting notification that we're in your city. Shout out, like Adam said, we have an Atlanta workshop tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's already booked. That's how great it is, but we'll definitely be coming back, and you'll see us in some other cities since we just opened up new offices in Atlanta, Nashville, and Los Angeles. So you'll see us around. Like I said, keep an eye out on our socials or subscribe to our weekly newsletter, which will also share that in a bit, so that you can stay on top of where we're going to be and come interact with us. We definitely want to meet you all and answer any of your questions. That's really important to us.
All right. So I think the reason that Chantel really invited me to this webinar is to come and talk to you all about the different ways in which Songtrust is here to support you as songwriters and as artists. So that's really a huge part of my role here. And I really believe that we have so many different amazing resources and knowledge to share with you all, as publishing is becoming more and more of a hot topic as all these streaming services really gain traction, and it's really kind of lowering the bar in terms of how people are able to be heard. And so it's an amazing kind of new era in music, and people are allowed to get distributed through all of these great digital platforms and get streaming. So we want to help you just better your songwriting and better your careers. We have people that are kind of in all walks and all stages of their careers, from Grammy nominated producers all the way down to kind of your just starting out songwriters. And so it's really exciting to be able to offer help to all of these people. And there's different resources we have, so I'll kind of go through them. We do spotlights about once a month on really just kind of interesting clients that we have. We really want to share the success stories of people whose careers that we've helped. And so a lot of times we will do a really great kind of Q&A and share these people's stories with you all, so that you can kind of learn and maybe take something for yourself, and some suggestions on how to be a better songwriter, or how to market yourselves better. People who are successful love to share those kinds of tips. So if you're subscribed to our newsletter, we share those spotlights that way, as well as sharing across the board.
Yeah, I really like the Songtrust spotlights. We've met so many really interesting clients this way, and it's just fun also to share your story with everyone else. And while we might not be able to do a ton of marketing for you, because that's not what we do here, we find that this is a really easy and awesome way to continue to support you in your career, just by kind of highlighting your story with the rest of the community.
Absolutely. You guys could definitely check out our help center. We have help.songtrust.com is really, I think, one of the best kept secrets in the publishing industry. It is a huge wealth of knowledge that's accessible to anyone. You don't need an account with us. All the articles that we've written, there are over 300, covers everything from like the very frequently asked questions, if you're just kind of getting started learning about publishing. And we cover every topic. We cover royalties. We cover performance and mechanicals and different streaming sites. There's a lot of different rules, because we are associated in different territories and affiliated with a lot of different uh, digital platforms and collection societies, and this can all get quite confusing, as we say. So the help center is really there for you all to check out. There's a search function. You can search by keyword, and there's just some really well written stuff in there that I really suggest that you check out. If people come and ask us questions, I'll often direct them to the help center, because there's just so much good knowledge on there, and they can kind of answer your question even when our team isn't available.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a really good example of like there's no wrong question or answer. If you have a question, someone else probably has asked the same thing, and that's like the number one place to go before you reach out to us. Because and I the best part about the help desk is that there are sometimes the same question just asked in different ways and explained in different ways. So it's a really good resource to everyone.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're constantly writing new articles as things progress and as we expand our offerings. So it's a great way to keep up as well. And if you've been with us, you know that we do offer a live chat feature through our Songtrust accounts. It's located in the bottom right corner. There's a little button that's a widget that will allow you to connect with someone on my team here to support you. So we're here during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. through 6 p.m., sometimes a little before or after that if we're, here at the office. And so we're here to support you guys. We know that publishing can be confusing, and so I love the conversations that I'm able to have with people. Whether you've just signed up or whether you've received royalties and you're interested in kind of learning how to use our platform to dig a little deeper into the details of your royalty statements. There's so much that we really love to connect with and love to explain to you all. And don't be afraid to kind of use that if you do need questions answered, to get your account set up properly, which is obviously super important for us to be able to then represent your rights and collect royalties for you.
Yeah, and this I kind of want to note for everyone too, like as someone who is if you interact with us on direct messages on social media, you're probably talking to me or someone on my team or even someone on Adam's team. But it's really vital for Songtrust clients to know that if you need to get in touch with us, the fastest way to do that is to use the live chat on your dashboard. There, within business hours, they'll be able to answer all your questions and walk you through, see the account information right away. So obviously, everyone else, you're totally welcome to talk to us on social media or via email. But for clients, that's really like a great resource for you to have if you need something very quick.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been known to be on at odd hours of the day as well. I was answering questions on Thanksgiving. I was even answering someone's questions last night at around 11 o'clock because I was
That's a
up.
dedication.
Yeah, so you never know. You never know. You might get me responding to your questions, which might be fun. So moving on, we have a referral program as well. So if you've been a client of ours and you like the platform and you like the results, we always love a good referral. And so we have this Give 10 Get 10 program where we give a bit of extra royalties out to you if you do have a friend in your community that you think would benefit from our publishing service. Like this is also a great opportunity to kind of, if you've had success and you have people in your community who you also kind of want to enlighten about publishing, it's possible that they could benefit. So definitely be aware of that. You can send out referral links from your own account. It's in the menu section of your account. So definitely make note of that. And the last thing I'll touch on is the Spotify playlists that Songtrust has created. So we really want to do a better job at showcasing all of our talented clients and songwriters. We have some really interesting clients that do all different genres. We have lots of awesome playlists that kind of showcase those. And if you're interested in getting your songs added, there's an opportunity to kind of be a part of that as well.
Yeah, and right now our playlists are only on Spotify, but obviously the goal is to add more streaming platforms and create more playlists across that because let's be honest, if you the more streams you get, the more money you earn and that's what we want for you. We want to get you more royalties that you earn. So why not do this support through creating our own playlist with our Songtrust client songs and sharing that with the community and getting you guys a little bit more streams wherever we can. This is, I should mention, or as Adam did, this is for clients only, but this is something interesting for those of you that maybe haven't registered with us yet. Like this is another way that we try to support you. So you can definitely rely on that once you register with us and you get in contact with the client success team that we are more than happy to add any of your songs that are on your Songtrust account into any of the playlists. Happy to create new playlists if maybe we don't have something that that your song pertains to. So that's definitely something that's available to you after registration.
Absolutely. I always try to listen to all of our clients' songs, and if I like what I'm hearing, then I'll reach out and, of course, ask for your permission, and we'll get those songs added to our playlists. And we like to promote those in our newsletters as well. So we like to make it timely, and the more that we can kind of showcase your talents, that's what makes us happy.
So we want you to leave. We've kind of covered all of our buckets for our mission behind the Songtrust community, but we want you to take away something else from that. And while we're going to do this probably in a future webinar on more specific marketing tips for you to market your songs in the community, here's just like a few suggestions that we've learned over the years for how you can make the most of your songs and keep on getting more streams. So make sure that you're verified on social media if you can, that you're verified on all streaming platforms. Make sure that you're creating and sharing playlists and that you're directing people to that. Direct traffic to your website, to your playlist, to your SoundCloud account, everything. Just get people in front of your music. Also, make sure that you're building out that fan base, that you're asking fans for a follow, that you're asking them to share your stuff. Get creative with how you're going to market your music, and how you're going to build out your community. And then that all ties into like be your own advocate. This is your career. This is how you make your money. This is how you want to spend your time, how you want to have your life be. So make sure that you're out there, getting your music in front of people. Make sure that you're also listening to what's going on in legislation for, songwriters and rights holders, and that you're actively being a part of the music industry, because the more that you advocate for yourself and for your fellow songwriters, the more that we're gonna see new legislations that's going to make sure that you guys are getting, higher streaming rates, or better pay, everything like that. So it's really important that you kind of make use of everything that's available to you. Otherwise, you're kind of just,
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
know,
You spend a lot of time with the important work, which is the songwriting and perhaps the recording for some of you out there. So that's what you're spending most of your time on, and it's also important to keep these other things in mind. You've got to share your hard work, your music with other people. Sharing is caring. So
yeah, share, share, share.
you share with other people, they like what they hear, and they'll share, and the domino effect goes on. So that's part of what we want to do is share more of your work, and also encourage you to be more social on your own.
So that's kind of the end of our webinar. We're going to get to our Q&A session first, but for those of you that don't know that much about us or have only heard a little bit about us, we want to kind of give you our pitch before we do the Q&A. So I'll let Adam take that over.
Yes, thank you. So Songtrust is really there to be a partner for you in global publishing administration. And so, if you're new to this, you might not know what it means, but we basically will help you get affiliated with our network of, over 40 global collection societies. They collect both performance and mechanical royalties in territories all over the world. So what that really means is we've been able to support over 150,000 songwriters to date in helping them both register their rights as a songwriter and collect the royalties that are out there that are owed to them through use of their work, mostly through downloads or streams of songs that they've contributed to. And we have over 1 million songs represented on our platform, which was a huge milestone that we passed last year. And we're not slowing down anytime soon. So
No.
to help you kind of understand a little bit of what I just said in a more illustrated fashion, you can look at this diagram. It really separates the rights to a song in two different kind of buckets, and this is kind of the beginning of where your knowledge will begin if you're learning about publishing. So you have a song. There's a ton of people that potentially have contributed to this song. Some are songwriters, right? So they're writing lyrics or they're writing music and instrumentation. This is what we call the composition, and this is what we cover as Songtrust as your music publisher. The other side of the rights to a song are more of the recording rights or the master rights. So if you are a recording artist or the one actually performing the song, then these would be rights associated with the actual, audio of a song. And so we would recommend Sound Exchange if you're looking to cover your rights on that end. That is kind of a supplementary service, complementary service to Songtrust. But I'll focus back on what we do, which is publishing. So if you're a songwriter, you're writing lyrics, you're writing music. That's going to be something that if you have shared your music, we're going to hopefully be able to help you monetize and collect for. So there's two different types of royalties. There's performance royalties, which basically allow you to collect from whether it's like audiovisual music, we collect from YouTube. We will register your songs with performing rights organizations. You might have heard of like ASCAP or BMI if you're in the US. Once we register your songs there, they will pay out both a writer share and a publisher share. The writer share is actually paid directly to you, and the publisher share is what Songtrust is here for. We represent and register your rights so you have access to the publisher share, and we collect that for you. And so I hope that diagram is helpful for a lot of you as I kind of walk you through it. This is definitely an important concept to understand if you're wanting to sign up for publishing.
Yeah, and we've done some past webinars too where we've gone into detail about this, and I'm sure in future ones we'll have that as well. When we share our resource page in just a second, you'll be able to go and look at any of those past webinars and interact with some of them and get a deeper dive into like what music publishing is.
Yeah, so one of the things that I love about Songtrust is that we have very friendly, artist-friendly kind of terms of service, and so it's really basically here to support you and get you signed up so that you can start registering your works and be covered. So we have a pretty small registration fee. We have a short deal length, so if you sign up with us, you're really only locked in for 1 year. Some other services require a 2-year minimum, and so we kind of have a very software program that will allow you to kind of navigate publishing in a straightforward and simple way. And so there's also a lot of these great resources that we offer our clients who do sign up as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you sign up and eventually do earn royalties, we offer a lot of great information to kind of help you sort through that. So whether it's like what royalties did you earn by territory, or maybe what are my highest earning songs. There's a lot of different information that we collect from all of these platforms like Spotify and Apple Music that will kind of let you learn more about the audience that's listening to your music. So
yeah, and I mean, what Songtrust clients or potential Songtrust clients really need to just understand from this is that we have all of these awesome dashboard features that you should utilize. We really don't want you to just register with us, register your works, and then go away and never interact with us again. We want you to utilize the dashboard as much as possible and maximize that for your career. So you'll be able to eventually see potential estimated royalties for future quarters. You'll have your royalty map where you can see your royalties coming in from across the world. We've got great statement overviews and details per writer. So if you have multiple writers on your account, maybe you're like a label or management company, you'll be able to see those individually. You can export them as much as you want. So if you're really business oriented, you'll be able to export that and utilize that however you need to. All of our reports are really detailed with the royalty data. So you'll be able to see exactly where all your royalties are coming in from and where maybe, a certain streaming account is earning you the most money, and maybe even identify the gaps where you need to do a little bit more marketing to get more royalties out of. And I think the best part about Songtrust is that we pay on a quarterly direct deposit. So you get paid 4 times a year versus I think, average 2 that your PRO might do or your CMO might do. So there's a lot of awesome features, and you really should make the most of them. And then lastly, before we get to the Q&A, for those of you that are not a Songtrust client yet, we offer a royalty estimator, which we'll put a link in the chat box in a minute. If you have, the only criteria that we have is that you have over 10,000 streams on Spotify in the US and Canada. As long as those 2 criteria are checked, you can search for the song title or your artist name and note that this should be your music that you have a right or you have ownership on. Everybody wants to get an estimate on a Beyonce song, but we really try to make sure that you're getting an estimate on your own songs. And you'll receive an email from our team with the estimate, and you'll be able to set up a call with us if you want to kind of discuss what that might look like.
absolutely, yeah. This is something that's so cool. You can provide us with a song, and we'll basically kind of run the numbers on what publishing royalties are out there for you, and that can help you make a more informed decision on whether a service like Songtrust is right for you, and kind of get that started. So I definitely encourage people who aren't clients to go check that out, and hopefully that's a helpful little resource that we offer you.
So I know that we've gone over time. We really wanted to keep this short and sweet. We just had so much to talk to you about, and we're so excited. But we're going to try to get to some of your questions and answers now. Whatever we don't get to at the moment, we'll either reach out individually, especially if it's a specific question, or we'll have someone reach out if we don't get to your question. So
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for everyone who's participating and asking questions in the chat box and replying to our polls. So here's one that is a great question. Performance royalties are collected by the PROs for writers and composers. And so, as far as these royalties go, do you collect for the publisher or the owner of the publisher? And is that the main thing, or is that the same thing? So, something that maybe I forgot to mention, but is really important, is that if you sign up for Songtrust, we are simply acting as a publishing admin and representing your rights. You are not actually signing over any ownership to Songtrust, and that's a really important distinction in the world of publishing. So we're simply representing you and collecting the royalties that are out there for you, and you don't have to sacrifice any ownership of your work. And so that's a really important question, and one that I like answering. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's see here. Yeah, another one, if you're just getting started out, which is do you have to get your own copyrights before submitting your music? How do I know if my music is ready or written or recorded well enough to kind of start this process? And so we like to say here at Songtrust that as soon as your pencil hits the paper, or as soon as you've kind of written this music, that's your intellectual property, and that those are the rights to that song is yours. And so you don't have to go to the U.S. Copyright Office or anything like that. The best step you can do is to actually get your songs registered at these performing rights societies and mechanical societies. And once your songs are registered there, that's really the best way to kind of assert your ownership and assert your claims on your work. And so I guess um, there's no standards, there's no right or wrong. It's just if you have your songs and you want to get them registered, we hope you do that through Songtrust, and we're definitely here to help. And once the great thing about Songtrust is once you register it on our platform once, we kind of take that and register it, with our huge network of collection societies. So it really will save you time in the long run and get you your rights registered and covered globally.
So
All
here's
right.
another good question, and you guys had some awesome questions. You have to use, or do you have to use a distribution service and a publishing service such as Songtrust? Correct. Yeah. So we do the publishing administration for you, but we don't do any distribution. So yes, you should have a distribution company like DistroKid or CD Baby, as well as Songtrust. You want to make sure all your music's getting distributed across all the streaming platforms, everywhere else that it needs to be, CDs, whatnot. And then we'll handle all of the publishing from that end.
Yeah, services are those are really great, and for a pretty low fee, they will get your songs uploaded to Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and all of those huge digital platforms. And I'm pretty sure you can kind of selectively choose from which platforms you want your songs uploaded to, and that really gives you the opportunity to put your songs all over the internet, have them be heard, have them be streamed, have them be shared, and is really such a great first step whenever you're releasing new music. And so we like to we love when our clients share that they're releasing new music, and so we like to listen to it. And we also remind them that if they are distributed on these platforms, to also register it with Songtrust, so that we can then represent those rights and collect for you.
Here's another one, and something that we get so often. Does signing up with Songtrust preclude signing up with a PRO such as ASCAP? Very good question. You will have to always be registered with a PRO or CMO, such as ASCAP, but we can also do that for you. We can help you do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are, coming to Songtrust, and it's really their first experience in publishing, and they haven't been affiliated with these organizations. So you can actually fill out an application directly through your Songtrust account, and we will send that out to the society and get you what's called an IPI number, which is kind of your first step in registering with these organizations and getting your collections, set up. So.
Yeah, so easy answer. Do you need to already be registered with a PR or CMO before signing it with SunTrust? No, we can help you do that. If you already are affiliated with the PRO or CMO, can you still get SongTrust? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll do like another one or two questions and then we'll sign off. So
Awesome. Yeah, this one I actually get a lot over the live chat, and so I'll give it a go here. It says I'm out of credits. Could I just register with my PRO or with you as the publisher? So, uh, we do have this concept of credits in our account. If you do sign up with us, you're able to register 50 songs right off the bat. If and you are able to submit a PRO application and get affiliated. So those are all included with your registration, and we kind of allow you to kind of get out the gates, make your registrations as quickly as possible, and that's always something that we preach, is that timing is a factor. And so if you do have music that is released and accruing streams, the sooner the better you get to add those to your Songtrust account.
So our last question, and again, you guys had some really awesome questions. So if we didn't get to yours, we will reach out individually and answer any of those questions. Some of these are very specific, so it'll actually be better if we just answer you over email. But last question is if we run an affiliate program or do we partner with other businesses? So as we mentioned earlier, we do a referral program for Songtrust clients where you can share your referral code if you have a friend or a colleague that registers with Songtrust. You give them basically $10 into their account and you get 10 as well. And then we do partner in a sense with other businesses. We're always looking for companies that have like-minded goals, and we're always reaching out to do things with them. However, I guess I would say more that the partnership there lies in like how we can work together. So if you have any questions about that, or you maybe are running a program that you'd like us to come and share our resources with, feel free to reach out to us. And we're always happy to kind of start that conversation. But we don't have like a program, I guess, set up for that just yet. So I think that kind of wraps it up. We've definitely gone over time.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the great questions and for sticking out this far. And we appreciate you spending time with us here. We love talking about publishing, and we hope that this has been very informative for you. And
Yeah, so here's our contact information. If you have any questions about Songtrust, about what we do, or even just about music publishing in general, feel free to reach out to the client success team. If you have any questions about what we do here at in the marketing department, or you have an opportunity that you want to talk to us about, you can also reach out that way. Last minute housekeeping things. Again, thank you for joining this. We're hoping to do more of these interactive events throughout the year, just to help you guys, to educate you and to kind of get you involved in what we're doing. A reminder, very important, that you will receive an email after where you can rewatch this session at any time, and we'll also have additional resources that you can download. There should have been an offer that went up in the chat box as well, which will direct you to our resource page. So everything that we talked about is available there. Go make use of it, bookmark it, use it anytime that you have a question. Everything is there, and we'll keep updating that as well. In the emails, we'll also be asking you for feedback. This really sincerely helps us to create better content for you. So please take the few minutes to complete the survey. Let us know how we did. Let us know what else you want to see. Don't forget to follow us on social. It's at Songtrust for basically every platform. Subscribe for our newsletter and reach out to us if you have any additional questions. Thanks, everyone.
thank you all.